Hey, this is Mike. I just want to show you this 2013 Chrysler Town & Country, and the color is like a tan. The official name is Sandalwood. Let's check it out here. It's got the projector fog lights there at the bottom. Nice looking van. It's kind of parked here, so I have to kind of get close. I'm going to go ahead and, you see on the key here, we've got some different buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the side doors here. It's that door. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up the other side. So you basically just tap it. You see that ×2. You just tap that button twice real fast. And I go here in the back, and I'm going to hit this button here and open up the back. Alrighty, so one of the main features of this vehicle is the stow and go seating system. You know, these seats, you see this big space here in the bottom? This is good for cargo area storage, stuff like that, but it is also where the seats are stowed away. Now those center seats stow away too, those captain chairs, and they go on the floor in the exact same manner, pretty much exact same manner as these. They basically just fold up. Alrighty, so I'm going to do it from the beginning, which when the headrest is up, here's number 1. Put that down. Number 2 is right here. That folds that down like that. Number 3 disengages it from the front. 4 pulls it back. Like that. So that way you've got a flat surface all the way, and you don't have to actually take the seats out of the vehicle and find a place for them, or you know, have to pick up heavy seats or whatever. So you know, all I got to do is just lift this up like that, do that number, hooks in there like that, and pull this up and like that. So you know, basically, I mean, I did that mostly with one hand. It's not too hard. It's a little bit of practice. I'm getting used to the way the different, you know, which one you pull next, you know, type thing. But anyway, you know, so there's your storage, and you can also store the seats away in case you want to pick up something big and move it in the vehicle. Now here's the back third row. You can see it's got little pockets and cup holders here in the back for the rear passengers, and you've also got some vents and different features. Now this does have a DVD system in it, so you can play DVDs and stuff for the rear passengers. So I'm going to go ahead and close the rear here, the rear hatch, by pushing this button here. It beeps a couple times, then it comes down. Now this is a flex fuel vehicle. You can put up to 85% ethanol in it, and it'll run. But you know, the more ethanol concentration that you have in the fuel, the less performance and fuel mileage you get. So that's to be considered when you do that. Here's a little lens right here for your backup camera, which I'll show you in a few minutes. So anyways, coming over this way. Now this seat folds down into a space under here. It folds down and goes into that space. Now you can also store stuff in that space in the floor when you're not stowing your seat away. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. First thing you got to do is pull the seat all the way up, so that way you have enough room to stow away the seat there. And I'll go ahead and take this floor mat up, move it out of the way, and you've got a little thing right here. This lifts up, and does that number. Now you can see it's a pretty good amount of, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Pretty good amount of storage space under there. You know, in case you want to, you know, just put stuff in there to store while you're traveling or whatever, luggage or whatever. Now, first thing you have to, another thing you have to consider is these armrests have to be up, and then you just lift this thing right here, and it folds up. See how I just lifted it up, and it just kind of does its own thing. Now this does require a little bit of two-handed action here. You gotta make sure this is all the way up, and you kind of just push this down. So I'm trying to hold the camera, so hopefully we get the idea. Alright, you see how it's kind of folds right down into the floor there. This comes down, and then you got that number there. So you can see the stores the seat completely out of the way. You got a completely flat surface now to load stuff in the back of the van. So I'm going to go ahead and put this seat back. While I'm doing that, we can check out the door. Now you got the pockets there at the bottom. You got a little pocket there, and you got your side window, your window controls, which in the doors back here, these doors here, these sliding doors, these windows do roll up and down. So I'll show you that in a second. Let me go ahead and close the side doors with a key. And you got your side mirror controls. This right here is for your to vent there. Let me go ahead and start it to show you. Put the key in. Alright. Okay, so this button right here opens up those vents. See that vent? Opens up on both sides. That's what that's for. Right here is your side glass. So it's a pretty neat feature that you get roll up and down the side windows on the sliding doors. It's pretty cool, especially if you're rear passenger, you get a little bit of fresh air. So of course you got the power seats there, and you do have lumbar support as well on these leather power seats. You got automatic headlights there. And let me go ahead and hop in. One thing about these Town & Countries, not only do they have lots of features, the seats are really comfortable getting in, and that's really nice for long trips. So, all right, so here's the steering wheel. And you'll notice there's a lot of buttons here on the steering wheel. Leather wrapped, nice and comfortable. Have good thickness on the steering wheel. And but these buttons here, this side is your cruise control settings. And so they're pretty much, you know, most people are familiar with those. On the back of the steering wheel on this side, you got these little buttons right here, back here, to where when your hands like that while you're driving, you can turn the radio up and down without moving your hand off the steering wheel. And on this side, I'm going to turn it up a little bit, and on this side, on the same thing on the back, you can change the stations. So while your hands on the steering wheel, you can change stations and do your volume up and down, and then use your cruise control. Now these buttons are these top buttons are for pairing your Bluetooth phone with the sound system, to where you're driving along, you hear the phone ring, you push this button, and you just say hello, and you start talking to whoever's on the other line. So that's what they are. Down here, the arrow, you got back, and then you got some arrows there. That's for the center like little computer screen here. So it's right now it's in vehicle speed, so it gives me a digital representation of the speed. Up here in the top left, you've got your digital compass. I'm facing east, digital temperature right there. So I'm just going to push a back button here on the steering wheel. Okay, back. Now it gives me the ability to scroll up and down. So I'm going to scroll up, see fuel economy, trip info, vehicle info. I'm going to go into vehicle info, and it gives you specific information about the condition of the engine, engine hours, stuff like that, coolant temperature. So I'm going to go back out of that and scroll around. So you get an idea of, this is like a little menu system for displaying information about your vehicle. So I'm going to go back into fuel economy, go back out of that, and I'm going to go into vehicle speed. Alright, so a lot of people use that, so that way it makes it easy to keep an eye on the speed. The gauges are nice, especially at nighttime. During the day, it kind of doesn't do them justice. At nighttime, everything's backlit. All these buttons here are backlit. Really easy to read and really neat looking. Your shifter's up here, and so it's kind of out of the way. It gives you more leg room here. That's what I like about it. I can put my leg over there, and not bumping into anything. Puts the shifter out of the way. Okay, so here's your radio, and it's kind of like a computer too, because it does have a hard drive. I think it's like a 30 gig hard drive, something like that, and you can load that hard drive with songs and pictures and stuff like that. Here is a USB port to load it. That's one way to load it. Another way to load it is to put a disc in there. Now it will read compact disc or a DVD, so that way you can load the hard drive that way. And of course you can play the DVD system, which is back here. I'm kind of skipping ahead of myself there, but so you can see there's the DVD system, there's your remote control, you got climate control buttons there and stuff. Anyway, but that's that, and this is all part of that system. So let me go ahead and push this so you can see what I'm talking about, and then you can manage your hard drive, touch screen, and right now it's empty, so I'm going to exit out of that. But anyway, that's the your touch screen system right there. You got your nice analog clock there, real fancy looking. Dual climate controls here for your driver and passenger. And your fan control and all that stuff. You can sync them in case you don't want to have dual climate control. There's eco mode to try to save you some gas. This is for your AC adapter switch. You can leave that off until you're ready to use it. This button is for your stability control. You can the default is always on. You can turn them off there. There's some storage there. This opens up and you got some cup holders. You got some storage more down here, and you also got some power supplies down there as well. Spare tire is directly below here. There's a little cap to access it. Now here's your center console. This is kind of neat. Opens up here, you got some storage, you got cup holders. Now this can move back, right? So that way your rear passengers can use some cup holders, and you can use some cup holders. And inside here is some more storage with a power supply. Now this also goes back even more, so they go way back there, so rear passengers can really use it a lot. So it's like, hey, get something out for me, and you just push it back like that. So pretty neat, versatile little console there. Got a glove compartment here on the top, as well as the bottom. Auto dim mirror here. Got like a little light that's, you turn it on and it's articulating. Place to put your shades, but it's also a little mirror system too, so you can keep an eye on what's going on in the back seat. Here's some buttons here. This is for your tailgate and your side doors. So you can open and close them there. Garage door opener controls it right there. And you got a mirror with light. Same thing on that side. And let me go ahead and put it in reverse, because I want to show you the backup camera. So that way, I mean, you can see out of the back pretty good, pretty decent. But the backup camera just gives you a little bit, just an extra level of safety when you're backing up. And it is a wide angle view, so it gives you a pretty good view from behind the vehicle there. So alright, there's probably like a zillion different features that I forgot to go over, but I think you kind of give you an idea of what the vehicle's about. And if you have any questions, my phone number and email address will be in the description, and I'll see you next time.